Hi, folks. Welcome back to yet another episode of RDR. I have the Compaq Presario 1692 in front of me here. And I would say at this point, with all the computers I've worked with, this is my favorite machine. So I just had to throw that out there. Now, you might be wondering what happened to some of the software on the desktop. I'm just kidding. I'm sure none of you have that much of an attention to detail. But yes, I did have to get rid of some stuff on here to save space. This thing only has a 6 gigabyte hard drive. So space became limited, and it was time to clean that up. I just noticed I had a weird accidental icon on my desktop. So what are we going to look at today? I got something kind of interesting here. This is the Celebrate the Wonder of Creation Screensaver and Desktop Wallpaper disc. It has 40 high resolution full color images. Let's see what it's all about. So the first thing, of course, getting this thing installed. Now, this is volume 1, and this is a Colorado Creations trademark thing. So this must be Colorado based. Now I'm in Colorado, so I mean that's not too surprising to find here, but I do see the website for this disc as thewonderofcreation.com, and I don't see a year. I do believe it's from around the turn of the century because it does mention Windows 98 in the setup. So I'm guessing it's around that time. So let's hope this isn't a garbage disk, meaning it's just going to screw up the computer. I remember getting these kinds of things, and my parents would never let me install them on the computer because, of course, they were garbage and they would just mess stuff up. But let's see what this is all about. All right. Let's launch the program file. Here we are. So this looks to be let's see here. So we got our wallpaper option, our screensaver. We can edit sets, so I'm guessing it can just flip through images, but this could be pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. And as you can see in the corner here, gives us kind of a preview. Not all of these images fit the screen very well. You can have it stretched to fit screen. Auto change every day, every second day, weekly. Okay. I'm going to be honest, these are so generic that. But here's the cool thing is living in the mountains, like seeing like Long's Peak images, that's pretty cool. I mean, being in Colorado, everyone knows what Long's Peak is. It's a very popular mountain. But I mean, looking through these images, they're pretty freaking terrible as far as like a screensaver would go. They're just generic. I actually kind of like the Plains Sunset one, but I mean, I don't get these purple frames and stuff. Look just straight up like garbage. So you can obviously tell which ones are better picks as far as wallpapers go, and you can tell which ones would be good for just like to have in your slideshow of your screensaver. So you get this kind of idea there that they're kind of shuffling through these generic, these super generic, Colorado pictures. And I'm so hesitant to even want to put this on my computer right now because I just can't do it. This is awful. I don't even want to hit apply because I don't want this to overwrite anything I already have. These are not good. These suck. I mean, they're great pictures. I mean, I just don't want a single one of these to be my to be my desktop picture or my screensaver. I wish I could preview it. You can see the image credits. That's really cool, I guess. So they are giving credit where credit's due. I'm trying to find anything good to say about this right now. Um, I mean, there's a preview of like what the screensaver. I mean, it would be just as bad as you can imagine. So there's no point in me wrecking this thing, and I would call it wrecking it because I do not know. I don't want this to be anywhere in the system besides where it is right now because it looks awful. I mean, they are high resolution. Ah, here we go. Let's see if we can preview this. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so the image quality is pretty solid. Even for, a computer with this display. I'm not sure if it's going to change on its own, but I'm assuming this is a screensaver and the image is going to change here at some point to something else. I don't know what the delay is. All right, let's see here. Well, we're not going to wait a minute. Let's just do 10 seconds is as low as you can do it. All right. So let's preview this one more time. So every 10 seconds here, we should get a new image. And I mean, you're pretty much seeing what these would look like as the desktop. I mean, they're bad. I don't see it changing. I'm pretty sure it's been 10 seconds. I'm positive it's been 10 seconds. So I guess you can just preview the image you're on. Nope, it's just whatever image it wants to show you. Here. Let's go 5 seconds. Let's apply. I don't want to hit apply. I just don't want to do anything with this. I don't want this to be on this computer. This is something like someone would have put on this computer when they first bought it and thought it was just the greatest in customization. And I'm sorry, I just refuse to do that. So that's just the way it's going to have to be. Oh, we can do vertical blinds. Does that change? I don't know what I'm doing here. It's awful. I am uninstalling this right now. It's just bad. Oh, I just don't even know. Well, we're not going to leave it at that. We got to look at something else. So I do have something a bit better to look at here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get this off this computer and let's take a look at something else. All right. So we got rid of the Colorado Screensaver wallpaper software. It was garbage, just like I hoped it wouldn't be. So enough of that. Next up, we have PhotoDisc, stock photography on CD-ROM. Now, why would I grab something like this? Well, this thing is not on the internet, so it's not as easy to just go to Google and grab any image you want, like it would be with any computer with the internet. So I thought this might be a pretty cool piece of software to have. What worries me is these discs do say sampler discs. So I'm not sure if this is full software or what we're about to get, but I don't know. I mean, this should have, 1,500 images or something like that. So let's just see what it's all about. Now, I'm not even sure if this is going to be software or if this is just a disk with a ton of images. Either way, it's something I wanted to take a look at. So I don't see anything. I'm guessing it's just going to be... Okay, here we go. So we got high res, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a 2-disc set, so let's just check out some JPEGs. Well, all right. And you get a little mini preview of what it is. And I'm going to be straight up honest. So far, for one, the images take forever to load. Maybe this is because these are high res, but I don't even know what I'm looking at right here. Looks like footprints in the sand. I mean, jelly beans. You see this? These are the worst images ever so far. Some kid's face. Let's just see how high res these are. Okay, so it's some girl's face. Close up of a zebra. Jeez. Well, these suck. And tile? What? I guess these would be great for, I don't know what. I mean, it is a sampler, so maybe this is like the bottom of the barrel. Let's just jump back and check out one of these folders here. Okay, so there's a ton of images in here. Like a lot. Let's just click through some. Generic sand dune. I don't even know what that is. I mean, here's the problem. I don't even think there's a way to... I mean, you could print best fit, actual size. I wonder if I can pull these. If I try to pull this off, will it copy to my desk? Oh, well. Okay, so you do have access to them. You can drag them and they'll load to your computer. See if we can... They get pretty grainy pretty fast. So it's just a ton of crappy images on a disk. I mean, I guess, I mean, this would be something where, let's see. It'd be good to use for a report in 1998 if you needed images for your paper. I don't know. Do these have copyright? I mean, they are copyrighted. It does have a huge legal agreement on the back. Too bad the ARC thrift store sticker really messes up what I can read. Ah, here we go. I can get it out, I think. Let's have a look here. So this is the user license agreement for these images was as follows. It grants you the right to copy these images onto your hard drive for one user at a time, like it's going to keep track. May not be sold, may not be included in products for sale. You may not copy the disk in its entirety, so you can't burn it. You cannot use these images for pornographic use. God. So the low-res images can be used for comps, in-house demonstrations of the software, image browsing, and reference. The high-res images contained on this disk may be copied, modified, and incorporated in personal or internal company materials, advertising and promotional materials that you design for yourself or your clients. These materials may be in printed or digital form. Any advertising or promotional materials containing PhotoDisc images shall not be used to promote a product which contains the images or to promote a business which provides the images to its customers. For example, you may not use the images to advertise your printing business if you are providing the images to your customers. If you're unsure, there's a phone number. So, I mean, that's interesting. Here's what's more interesting. The copyright of this sampler disk agreement is 1993. Yeah, this is 1993. Okay, so that puts it into perspective. I was under the assumption this was a lot later. A lot later. So the fact that in 93 you're getting this stock photography, this had to cost a fortune. You know what I mean? Like, I bet this was a lot. I bet this was like $60 just to get a computer with disk with images on it, because the internet as we know it was non-existent, and getting an image to download back then was non-existent. So getting images, period, was, you weren't left with many means to do so. So my perspective on this software has totally changed due to the year it came out. For 1993, this is incredible. Considering what it is. I mean, this is something I would have scoured for hours as a kid, because you got to remember, the computers weren't like we know them now. So seeing good quality images like this in 93 is pretty incredible. I gotta say, I mean, these are really crisp until you start, zooming in like I did. Of course, they're gonna get destroyed. But I mean, some of these are just, there's no point. Got a business dude with the Wall Street Journal. So that's actually, I mean, for me, maybe I'm just nerding out, but it's cool. Oh, I mean, and they are super dated. I mean, they look 1993 or prior. And what is this, a Ford Taurus? A purple Ford Taurus? So there's a bit of nostalgia here, in terms of just the look and feel of some of these images themselves, especially like the one with the lady on the cordless phone. I mean, not all of them are winners, of course, but I mean, they give you a ton of stuff, so you can do it. There's a lot of options here. I mean, look at this. This is just one folder. I mean, look at all these images. They filled this disk. Here's the problem. They're not sorted by name or anything. They're just by number. So, I mean, look at this. This is incredible. Thousands of images. Lots of just people. Let's look at just, I don't know, a couple more here. I love that. That's awesome. An old reel-to-reel there. Close up. Ah, these are sweet. Even for today. So they're at least categorized by some factor of like of something, you know what I mean? That's cool. Otherwise, you're just kind of left to your own to scour this thing. Again, nothing you can't find on the internet today. um, because if you haven't noticed, I mean, what I do with a lot of my videos is I am literally just looking for images on the fly as I edit, to kind of, when I add in images, you'll notice I add in a lot of images to kind of enhance what I'm talking about a lot of the time. And I do disclaim in there that I don't own any of them, because while Google's made certain changes in the way images can be grabbed, you can still grab, you know, the smaller version of the image directly. However, you know, a lot of that stuff is subject to copyright, whoever, you know, however it's being pulled in. So I, like, you know, you'll notice in my videos, all my descriptions have a disclaimer that I don't own anything. And even if I do own it. I say that just because I don't care who may take or use an image I add on my own of like a CD case or something. All right. So the second disc is in, and it does not sound like it's loading whatsoever. And I'm sitting on, let's see here. Interesting little problem we're having. Let's have a look at the back here. I don't see any problems with it. Little bit of dust. Give it the old cotton shirt rub. See if we can't get this to read. Ooh, it really doesn't like it. Well, maybe a good cleaning would make it work, but let's be real. We know what's going to be on here. It's just going to be a bunch of more images, and I think we've seen enough. So I'll try to clean this up, get it working. However, you know, it's pretty cool. For 1993, this was, I mean, in my opinion, pretty amazing. So a little bit about the booklet here. There is a booklet we didn't even look at yet because there was really no install time for me to kill. And this booklet is totally stuck in its... This case is destroyed, by the way. I gotta find a better case for this going forward. Here we go. See if I can get this booklet out without wrecking it. So, as far as the booklet goes, I'll see if I can get this on camera here. So we got like the front cover here. And we got, you know, sample work is courtesy of PhotoDisc customers. So, you know, a little breakdown. Here we go. This is an important manual because here it tells you what's what. So let's jump back a page here. Okay, so nothing there. Volume 1, you'll see here, it tells you it's business and industry photos. So 408 photos, 6 to 8 megabytes. Then we got volume 2 there, people and lifestyle, 409 photos, 8 to 10 megabytes. TIFF format, by the way. We got volume 3 is backgrounds and textures. Volume 4 is science and technology and medicine. And these should be on the next disc, if I can get it to work, would be world commerce and travel in volume 5. 352 photos, 336 photos in volume 6, nature, wildlife, and environment. Then you got volume 7, which is business and occupation. That would be fun to look at because I bet there is a lot of computers in this one and in probably in world commerce. Science and tech probably has a lot of cool video. Business and industry may or may not. I didn't find a whole lot in there, but that could be cool. So then you get your system requirements here for PC or Mac. Talks about image compression, licensing of this again. So this is a sampler of, like, you know, what they offered, what PhotoDisc truly offered. So it's pretty cool. I can't think of much else to say about this, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I didn't get to install any wallpapers or screensavers from the previous disc, but I just am one of those people where if I have a gut feeling that this could cause a problem, and it may not, you know, it probably could be fine and install fine, but I'd rather not take the risk. I'm happier uninstalling it without going the full setup, and we got enough to know that it was garbage. The PhotoDisc is pretty cool only because of the time period it came out. If this were to come out, you know, even 5 years later, and there probably are some, you know, it wouldn't have much of a point. But I think for '93, this is pretty cool stuff. You know, a CD-ROM with a bunch of images is nothing today, but it was a big deal. It was an important thing to have back then. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe. And if not, either way, have a great day.